at some point, you know, probably late in the game when I was here, man, I was about to go back to Tampa, but I realized at some point that it didn't need to be synonymous. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need to be one. You know what I'm saying? The streets and the hip hop and the music game. You know what I'm saying?
They was together at one point.
Yeah. So, you know, my thing, you know, being a young cat at one point, aspiring to be, you know, the next artist or whatever, you know, that pop open.
Right.
My thing was looking back at it.
You the reason why I started.
There wasn't really an outlet for you if you wasn't necessarily trying to go straight down that pipeline in it all. You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop.
Yeah, because back then, I'll tell you a story. I ain't gonna call no names, but I was recording with some cats out here. You know what I'm saying? And
What year was that?
This was this had to have been like 90.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't fuck.
This had to be like 90, bro.
Man.
And we was out, you know, I was a youngster. I think I was 14. You know what I'm saying? But
who you recording with? Where were you at? Like, were you in the cliff or like?
Yeah. I was in the cliff. I mean, we used to record out in Denton. You know what I'm saying? We used to take that ride out to Denton.
SED,
take that ride out there.
Southeast Denton boys,
you know what I'm saying?
the boy gangsters out there.
We used to take it out there to record.
Right.
But you know, we did a lot of music in the cliff. You know what I'm saying? One of my partners back then, he was an older cat. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he had his own little hustle he was doing with it. But then he also linked up, you know, with a cat. Y'all might remember the cat Oak Cliff Assassin.
That's what I was gonna ask you. That's what I was finna ask you. I was finna ask you. I said when you said 1990, I was finna say, damn, was he with Oak Cliff Assassin? Kim, I know Oak Cliff. Back then I met that nigga. I was like, he was like the only like other than Nemesis and all that.
He was the only cat. You know, but like I said, I mean, he was the main cat that everybody know, but it was a lot of cats. Right. You know, gearing up to do their thing, and there was some gunners on that crew.
There's some gangster niggas on there.
There was some gunners on that crew.
What was the name of that label?
Oh man, it was a chain gang back in the day.
Chain gang.
Yeah.
I remember Oak Cliff Assassin, man.
It was a chain gang.
I was just telling some youngsters about Oak Cliff Assassin, man.
Yeah.
Their first nigga with dreads and everything. Them niggas was like.
They probably like, what the hell this dude talking about? You know, you lying to them. You know how y'all
some gorilla ass niggas. They reminded me of Dice Effects or some shit back in from Dallas or something.
But I mean, you know, just to say, so like you just telling you really answering the question, right? I mean, because you just kind of said that you already knew them boys were gorillas. You know what I'm saying? And not only was they gonna bring it in the, you know, in the studio, but you know they was also gonna bring it to you in another way if they needed to.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by it. You know, for me, like we talked about earlier, and we'll get into it in a little bit.
So what year you came from Tampa? When you came to Texas?
Like 88.
So when you touched down, you came to DeSoto, you came to Cliff, or where
DeSoto. I was in DeSoto. I'm gonna tell you how. So
my
only connection with anything Dallas was my grandma and my granddad. You know what I'm saying? So my
that's where everybody from.
My granddad, his first cousin owned Grants Barber College down there.
Man, you lying?
I'm serious.
Man, kinfolk.
I'm serious. So
goddamn.
You know, so
it's a legend right here, man.
So
your granddad owned goddamn Grants?
Yeah, his family. So he was in business with his family. You know what I'm saying? And they own.
His descendants from South Dallas Grants barbershop. Every nigga got.
They own the shop over there. We used to go. We was young, man. I mean, he used to say, "Hey boys, let's load up. Let's go on here to check on some stuff." You know, and it just became. We would go out. Hang out at first, we just hanging out around the shop, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know, you venture out eventually, you know.
Oh yeah, you gonna go around the south.
Right around the corner and do something, you know.
Oh, you gonna go around the south.
You know, you link up with some cats there, so you begin to make a little bond out there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so back then, you know, that area was heavy Crip. You know, that area was heavy Crip.
Remember the Jamaicans was over there and everything in the south.
Yeah, back then it was
crackhead.
That's how it was. It was like that. I mean, it was, you know, everybody say the trap, but that was the trap for real. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody say now it's a trap.
Right.
You know, everybody want to say this trap, but that was a trap for real. I mean, it was a block behind the barbershop where it just ends. You can see this Texas State Fair. You know, when
back then, Kenfo, you saw it. That's Oakland. Master Mission was Oakland. Back then.
I mean, so you had a dead end right there behind it's the Barber College, and then the same place a liquor store everybody be going to right there. Right behind there, man. It's really a trap. It's one way in, one way out. That ain't no street that run all the way through. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you know what I'm saying? Or at least back then it wasn't. You know? So So we would link up with cats there, man, have fun with them, and we friends. You know what I'm saying? We just friends. Like, I'm not associated with any gang. You know what I'm saying myself, but we just friends.
So how? I got a question. How old was you when you came from Temple? How old was you in '88?
I was 10, about to be 11 years old.
So what was going down in Florida? You know what I'm saying? Temple, I done fucked around in Temple. That's why I'm asking, dog. So what was going on back then when you came to this big ass metroplex?
So I had a lot of issues, man, growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot, and that's why I say, you know, giving back to the youngsters, and we'll get into what he's talking about, what I'm trying to do, you know, the vision, what I'm trying to do as far as you know, giving back. You know what I'm saying? And opening doors. But back then, bruh,
what was it like in Florida, Ken? I done been to Florida so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I was
for real.
my family back there. You know, it was like it's normal. It's a normal inner city black home. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So you know, my mom. You know, if I call my mom, it's my stepmom, but that's my mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's living here with us now. You know what I'm saying? That's technically by legal terms, she's my stepmom. You know what I'm saying? But
it's not bad.
You know, for all intents and purposes, she was all I knew as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my biological mom wasn't there. She had her own demons. You know what I'm saying? She fighting. You know, so she just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time where, you know, my father, man, he wasn't able to be there. So I was living from a youngster. Just to paint the picture for you, I was 6 months old with my pops and my grandma that lived out here. Right, that's his mom.
Where did she live?
She lived here in DeSoto.
Okay.
But she from Tampa as well. She married my grandfather.
Came to the toe town.
Yeah. So yeah, she came back home, man, and got me. I was 2 months old. My biological mom had a slip up, man, with drugs. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't around for a matter of weeks, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So that's the story I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? So you know, like you know, dealing with that, bruh, and I was an angry kid, bruh.
Damn.
I was an angry kid.
So when you came to DeSoto, what was it like when dealing with all them racists?
So I was already angry. Yeah, you can.
There was a lot of racist white folks back then.
I was
you came in
already.
'88. It was bad. What grade were you? Let me ask you, what grade were you in '88?
Shoot, '88.
When you came.
Man.
How old were you?
How old were you?
I was 10, 11.
So that means
what school did you go to?
Nah, you didn't come. You came.
What school did you go to?
A little bit later than that.
Yeah, you like 11, 12.
Yeah, because
what school you
at
go to?
East. That's where I started here.
He hopped in
at East.
So it must
So,
have been like 13.
so in '88, I was at Ruby Young. I was in elementary.
Yeah, I was at East. So that wasn't that great. That was a couple years after that. So it had to been like, instead of '88, it was like 90, like 90. Yeah, like 90. So so yeah, that was around the time I got here, bro. But I was an angry cat coming from back home,
and it was
I was
different.
getting in trouble there. Like I was getting in trouble there. My family always had access to dope. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so I was getting in trouble there. You know, doing stuff. You know, a youngster at that age shouldn't be doing. You know?
Right.
So you know, my dad and my family thought it best that, hey, you go be with the Huxtables. You know what I'm saying? You go be with the Huxtables. You gonna
back then we had a refuge.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I came in from there, man, and I was only here a few weeks before we all kind of linked up, man. It was, you know, like I said, it was about 12 to 15 of us.
That's when you met Jay?
Yeah, I met Jay.
What hood were you at in DeSoto? There's a lot of hoods in DeSoto.
Actually, you met Eric.
You went to Iran?
Eric Holmes.
No, white boy Eric.
Yeah. So yeah, if you rewind, if you rewind that, because because I was coming back and forth in the summers here anyway.
Yep.
Oh, so you already knew everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I hadn't moved out here. That's why I'm getting the years mixed up, because I hadn't moved out here.
You were like Trey on Boy in the Hood. You had to
I
go
would
rake them leaves like on the weekend.
Just like that.
He trade like on the weekend. Remember Trey? You know the rules, because Trey already been there every weekend.
I guess
but he came here something.
Pretty hard. He had straightened out, trying to.
Yeah. Now, my grandfather was military, man. He retired Lieutenant Colonel Army, man. Back when there wasn't a lot of black.
Where your grandfather from?
Black officers. He from the
originally.
He from the going down towards Miami.
So he originally Florida. So y'all from Florida originally.
Yeah.
Y'all really from Florida, kinfolk.
He drove spotlight. Hit the spotlight.
But not nowadays, shit.
Hit the spotlight.
I can't keep you lit over. I've been trying to get you lit, bro. It's not like it.
I don't know. I think I like the wood.
Oh, my bad.